Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. Report has it that Ebony was sided, removing some of her belongings, out of the palace with the help of her sister, amidst serious, serious tears. That she was saying that the insult, the humiliation, the disrespect, and everything is too much. That right now the entire palace and everyone is looking at her as if she is the cause of all the problems that they have encountered in the palace. Everybody is hiding behind her and making it seem as if, the palace has gone through what it has gone through just because of her. That they will see what is going to happen to them, each and every one of them, and that she is not going to continue to stay in the palace to take all the disrespect anymore, that she was crying so much. Now, what happened was that they said today she had an event to attend with the great lion, like yes, today. So you know that they usually will prepare how things work in the palace. They said they prepare their schedule every quarter, okay? From January, February, March, they have a schedule. April, May, June, they have a schedule. July, August, September, they have a schedule. October, November, December, they have a schedule. Now, in the quarters, in the palace, the schedule is divided into four areas, okay? Sorry, four different places, okay? Now, meetings and everything is like a royal calendar from January and all of that. And that is why if you have an event to attend, event that you want the great lion to attend, you will have to print invitations and make it, your invitation will get to the great lion maybe 3 months before the invitation, before the event. Now, you have to send him an invitation and be sure that he has received the invitation. And then if you want to go and see him, to remind him of the event, then you can go later, maybe like 2 weeks or 3 weeks after, before the event, or a month before the event. But you cannot like invite him a month before the event. Your event, you have to invite him like 3 months before the event if you truly want him to attend or send a representative. And so now, it's because of their royal calendar that they do all of this. Every wife is scheduled to be in charge of this, in charge of that, and all of that. Now, from their calendar, Ebony was meant to attend an event with the great lion today. And they said Ebony, in spite of everything that has been going on, if the information is correct, they said Ebony had prepared herself, everything for them to go for that event. But Ebony did not realize that, while she was preparing in her own chamber, the great lion was not preparing for that event. Ebony is quite aware that they had sent the great lion a reminder. Usually, the wives will dress themselves and prepare, then they wait for the great lion and they go for the event. Ebony had prepared and everything. Now, when Ebony sent a message across to the great lion that she was done, so that, of course, if the great lion was ready, that she was waiting, okay, they should come call her. It was then that they told Ebony that the great lion wasn't going for that event. Now, this is not to say the great lion never wanted to go for that event. They said the reason why the great lion did not go happens to be because of Ebony. So basically, the great lion had already, instructed Gospel to go for the event, to represent him in the event. And, Ebony was not told that the great lion had delegated some other person to represent him in the event. And when Ebony now tried to probe, they now asked Ebony that why does she think that, it is okay to sweep everything under the carpet. You do remember that 3 days ago, the great lion had given her 48-hour ultimatum to leave the palace. And she just ignored it and acted as if nothing was happening. And they told her that the great lion had mentioned that if she does not leave, they were going to lock her apartment. Now, upon hearing that they were going to lock her chamber, she quickly moved some of her items and decided like to go to her family house, and the sister was there helping, and she was crying, lamenting, saying a whole lot of things after all her sacrifices, after everything that she has done for the royal family, and this was how they were going to pay her and all of that. That it's okay, let the jewel come back, and let us see what good that will do to the royal family. That before long, the great lion will come for her, and when that time comes, she will never be ready to come back. That right now it does seem as if the jewel is the one who is saving the world. It is okay. That she had also been singing that the jewel has been using something. That she knows very well that this is not normal. This is there's something that is controlling the great lion. The jewel has actually been using something, but she knows that whatever the jewel is using, except God is not God, it is going to come to, as in everybody will get to know about it. She said sooner or later, a great lion will realize that there are other women. You see, the Joel and Dr. Sapphire are the ones who will finally ruin the palace. And while she was saying all of those things, she was crying so much. And Adetutu came again with her busybody. Yesterday, Adetutu was accusing her for something that she knows nothing about. They said a lot of people asked her that Adetutu accused you. What did Adetutu accuse you of? Adetutu never mentioned anybody's name. Adetutu only said whatever was plaguing those dreaded girls, was actually coming from the palace. How is it possible that you can get up and say Adetutu accused you? Adetutu accused you of what? They said Bonnie was crying so much as she was moving her things out of the palace. It is not a small thing, no, for anything. And the way God has done this thing before now, name Ebony's house, as in there used to be a very serious opposition to the great lion. Every time the great lion had made an effort to, try and get Ebony out, they would never agree. But this time, it looks like with everything that has happened, they have been, truly incapacitated, and they can't even do much. And that is why they are not able to, you know, um, fight against Ebony's living again. They said they actually saw her, moving some of her things outside the palace. When the great lion said he wasn't going out with her, that Ebony shouldn't take him for granted. That when Ebony is ready, when Ebony has, obeyed his order, then they can begin to go out again. But as far he has told Ebony that Ebony can stay outside, Ebony is still his wife, Ebony is still everything, Ebony can enjoy anything, even the outing with the great lion and everything. Ebony still has the right to enjoy everything for the sake of his son. But if Ebony is not ready to obey his order, that nothing of such will happen. And at the end of the day, he was going to throw Ebony out. And people also give Ebony counsel that don't make this thing worse. Maybe one of the best things for you to do right now is to get going. And they say Ebony had to get going, that she had to start moving her things. As at the time this information got to us, they say she had already started moving some of her things out of the palace. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact. I'll bring you more information tomorrow. Appreciate you.